Yo, what's good, YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoop, back with the Ninamori Nation Draft League, and we have our week number 10 match closing in on the end of the season. This is going to be week number 10 out of 13, so we've got 3 more games after this one. And we're facing off against Pokita, who is doing a lot better this season than previous seasons. On fire right now, I believe, or was, or something. I've seen, from what games I've seen, he's been putting in a lot of work with a lot of unconventional sets, which has been fantastic. And his team is very potent in terms of threats. So check this out. He's got, as you can see on screen, that is a Mega Charizard X. Faced Mega Charizard Y last week. He got Mega Charizard X this week. Gliscor, Excadrill, Blastoise, Keldeo, and the Venusaur. He also had a Tapu Lele on his squad. It didn't have access to Z-moves, but still a very potent threat with the psychic terrain. He did have a Jolteon on his squad, and Guzzlord and Ninjask. So very potent threats. He's did some nice things with Z Sunny Day Mega Venusaur this season. Pretty cool. He's got 2 water types in this match alone and 2 ground types. So interesting squad for sure. Excadrill or Blastoise is going to be packing the Rapid Spin. If not, Gliscor's got the Defog. He's got to support the Charizard in some kind of fashion. And speaking of hazard support, his Stealth Rock users would be either the Gliscor or the Excadrill. So, that being said, our squad is, as always, Mega Metagross, Hydreigon, Clefable, Suicune, Landers, Incarnate, Licky, Decidueye, Oricorio, and Mudsdale. This week, excuse me, this week we're bringing the Mega Metagross, Hydreigon, Clefable, Suicune, Landers, and the Decidueye. So Mega Metagross is going to be a Magnet Rise set because it avoids, since I'm not going to be packing coverage for the Excadrill, I wanted to be able to avoid damage from the Excadrill, and at the same time avoid damage or super effective damage from Gliscor. So this is a pretty cool set. I got the Magnet Rise, Meteor Mash, and Zen Headbutt hits my opponent's entire squad for at least neutral damage, and sometimes for super effective damage, such as Zen Headbutt versus Keldeo, Venusaur, and then the Meteor Mash versus, he had the Tapu Lele, which he didn't bring. So we also have the Ice Punch, which hits the Gliscor for super effective damage times 4. Nearly going to be a knockout unless there's some kind of Yachi Berry or something. So next up we have a Chople Berry, Hydreigon. So Chople Berry is there for the Keldeo. A Choice Scarf Keldeo is pretty much a big threat. Choice Specs Keldeo is also a huge threat. So being able to stay in versus that and just drop a Draco to get some crucial damage off is really nice. So I got the Chople Berry there for that. We do have the Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Taunt, and Roost. Roost for longevity, of course. Taunt to prevent Hydreigon from being Gliscor from being a huge issue, and from Blastoise starting off a toxic, specifically that. It also allows us to stay in versus Charizard and click Taunt so that it can never get multiple Dragon Dances up, and Suicune could always roar him out. Speaking of Suicune, we're going to skip ahead to Suicune since it's such a crucial Pokemon. Look at his squad and look at Suicune. it with Scald and Extra Sensory, it's able to do quite a bit of damage, and Roar and Protect allows us to take on the Charizard pretty good. We do have quite a bit of defense investment to take on that beast, that behemoth. Oof, it's a scary monster. But yeah, packing that and the leftovers item there again for just a little bit of extra recovery on each turn is really nice for us. Next up, we've got a Rockium Z Landers because the Charizard isn't forced to Mega Evolve. I'm sorry if you guys hear my dog over there eating or licking his water up, drinking it, whatever. We've got the Stone Edge and the Rockium Z because he's not forced to Mega Evolve on first turn, and I don't want to play any mind games with that. So a Continental Crush after Stealth Rocks knocks out Charizard with or without Mega after Stealth Rocks anyway, so that's going to be nice. Earth Power is there, really nice, spammable versus his squad, and then we've got Hidden Power Ice for the Gliscor. And the Rock Polish, of course, so that we can potentially get a Rock Polish up and outspeed potential choice scarfers like Excadrill and Keldeo. Next up, Keldeo being such an issue, we do have a Decidui. So leftovers Decidui, mixed defense, mostly specially defensive. We have a Swords Dance and Nasty Plot set, specifically here to baton pass into things like Mega Metagross, Hydreigon, and Landers. So a nasty nuisance here in Decidui with Roost for longevity. So let's go ahead and hop into the match here. My opponent, like I said, only has Excadrill and Gliscor as Stealth Rock users. So we're able to lead off pretty comfortably with our Hydreigon here and just click Taunt. As our opponent leads off with the Blastoise here, we are just going to click Taunt, and he's not able to click Toxic there, and we're going to be able to get a big Dark Pulse off. Big Dark Pulse. So here we go for another one, as it's probably our best play, just scouting for whatever he wants to go for. We are quite bulky, and we were able to get quite a bit of damage off on the Blastoise. Now he's going to be able to be easily knocked out by the Landers or the Mega Metagross. So we stay in here versus the Keldeo, like I was saying. This thing's a huge threat. So we stay in and click the Draco Meteor as he clicks the Icy Wind. We get 54% off. Huge crucial damage there. And now we can switch out accordingly. So he goes for the Icy Wind, and Clefable not going to be able to, or Clefable going to be able to easily knock out or survive that, excuse me. And I'll force him out as I get my Stealth Rocks up, which is really nice for me. Here I'm going to switch out into my Suicune, expecting my opponent to Rapid Spin or something like that, but he just, or Iron Head, excuse me. He just gets up Stealth Rocks himself. And here I'm very scared of this Venusaur, as I've seen him do some spooky things with this thing so far this season. So I'm going to go out to my Decidui, and here it goes again. He sets up the Sunny Day, but luckily we are very specially defensive, and we can take this thing on all day. But he does get the poison, so very unfortunate for us. It's going to be a losing battle here at this point, especially after he gets a crit there. I was going to Baton Pass, but now I'm in range of Sludge Bomb, or excuse me, Hidden Power Fire. Which was a possibility, I knew, but without a crit, I wasn't in range, so I was okay to just Baton Pass. However, I'm forced out to my Mega Metagross, so I don't lose another Mon, and I knock out the Venusaur there with the Zen Headbutt. He brings in the Keldeo, so this reveals to me, or suggests to me, that he's Choice Scarf. So I'm going to switch out to my Keldeo, or excuse me, my Clefable, and that does reveal Keldeo's damage to be not an item boosting like Specs or Life Orb or anything. Obviously not Life Orb, because we didn't see the Life Orb damage. But here, predicting him to switch out, we just go for the Moonblast and actually catch our Wish back, which was nice for us. And now we're able to get a little chip damage off on the Excadrill. We're going to go out into Hydreigon here, as our opponent actually just clicks a Rapid Spin. So not a bad play there, as he's just going to go out to his Blastoise on the following turn. And I'm just going to drop another Draco. No reason not to. Able to take out the Blastoise there, and he brings in Charizard. So at minus 2, I think, from Draco, he comes in to set up, stays in regular form, and goes straight for the Dragoness. But thankfully, Suicune going to be able to roar him out, tanking a +1 Dragon Claw from a Mega Charizard X with that Tough Claws ability. Man, Suicune's a monster. So I'm going to protect to get a little bit more leftovers recovery back, because now I can come in on Stealth Rocks once again and take another +1 Dragon Claw. So in a fantastic position here. Here I'm going to switch out to my Mega Metagross, expecting him to switch out, but he actually just goes for the Ice Fang. And here's where things get interesting. I click Magnet Rise, expecting my opponent to click Earthquake, but my opponent clicks Agility, expecting me to click Ice Punch, because check this out. He goes for the Ice Fang. Now I'm going to go for the Ice Punch, and he reveals to be the Weakness Policy. And now he's going to be faster than me, and he's going to be at +2 speed. But luckily, he wasn't able to touch me. He didn't have any coverage, and Ice Fang, even at +1 or +2, wasn't going to be able to knock me out. However, I do force Keldeo to finally reveal 100% that he is Choice Scarf, as I was EV'd to outspeed that. I go into my Keldeo to just go ahead and get rid of this, or force him out into his Excadrill, but he crits me. He stays in and crits me. He gets luck after making a really poor play. And here he pulls the switch out into his Excadrill, but at this point all I needed was Excadrill to stay in and lock itself into Earthquake or Iron Head, as my Landers would then come in and be able to click Rock Polish, because I survive a choice scarf ironhead, and as long as there's no flinch, I should be okay. So assuming this thing, or it did outpace my Hydreigon, so I know he's choice scarf, and I can just rock polish freely. I knock out the Charizard here, and now I think rock polish Landers is going to put in the work. Choice scarf Keldeo, not going to be fast enough after the rock polish. 2 times speed is just a little bit faster. Not just a little bit, it's a lot faster actually. And yeah, even choice scarf, he did have 2 choice scarf users, so it was a really nice bring. And rock polish being a really nice bring for me, pulling off or paying off there in the end. Really thankful for that. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys thought about the game here. The prep and plays on both sides of the field. I think Poketai is playing fantastically, bringing some really cool sets. But like I said, let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.